Hey guys, I'm Eliza and welcome to another vlog. This video I just wanted to talk about turning things around, whether it be for yourself, for friends or whatever. Just basically being positive and trying to change things for the better for your life. As always, I just wanted to say thank you to those who have seen my videos, who have been watching, who have been commenting, who have been liking them, offering suggestions. Obviously, it's a pretty new channel, and I'm still getting there. I'm still working out exactly where I want to go with this, but I'm slowly and gradually finding my way and becoming more confident with it, and that's thanks to you guys. So I just want to say, as always, thank you, and it is appreciated, it is noticed, and yeah, I really do appreciate that. This video today I decided I would talk about turning things around, generally in the positive sort of direction. Generally, when faced with a problem, we have a couple of options. Either we sit there and put up with it, we sit there and complain about it, or we decide to change it. I guess one way to look at it is sort of looking at a hero, for example, or someone you look up to, or somebody who is successful. You can look at that in two ways. You can be envious of them, and you can be jealous of them, and you can put them down, and you can think, you know, woe is me, my life's shit. Or you can use that as inspiration, use that as a goal, as motivation for you to actually turn things around for yourself. People will also make predictions for you. We hear it all the time when we're growing up, whether we are told that we're not going to like something, or that's going to be hard work, or, you know, you're not going to be successful in this, or you're going to be great at this, or you're going to really love this, or whatever it might be, or you're going to grow up to be like this, you would make a really good whatever it is, you know. And although we like those words of encouragement, it does kind of give us an impression on something, and it's a prediction of kind of like what we're going to feel and what we're going to like, when really that's entirely up to us. The only predictions that I would probably listen to are those that actually empower you. As I said, there's a few options, a few choices that you can make when faced with a problem or something that you don't like, and life will, I guarantee, throw shit at you, no matter how planned out you are, no matter how organised, no matter how prepped or organised you think you are. You cannot prepare for everything, and there will be times in life that things just go to shit, and it's up to you whether it's fair or not to figure out the solution. I guess there's also a way of turning things around for other people, not just for ourselves. I guess a great example of this would be, you know, when you're at work. Well, this is kind of from my personal experience, but for instance, when I'm at work and somebody does something that I don't necessarily agree with, or something that I would find a little bit hard to think that that's what they think is the right thing to do, or something like that. And I could very easily get frustrated. I mean, that's the easy response, and it kind of makes us feel a little bit bigger for a second. And, you know, as much as you want to let that anger out and you want to criticize or put that person down or correct them or whatever it is, you still have that choice whether you want to do that or whether you want to turn it into a positive experience, whether you want to make it something big or something small, and whether you want to turn this into something that you criticize them or some kind of teaching opportunity, you know, where you can offer them advice rather than criticism. And in doing that, you're not hurting their feelings. You are actually turning this into a positive experience, not just for you but for them. So hopefully that next time it'll actually improve it. And I know it's hard, trust me. I'm at the best of times unable to think like a rational, reasonable, considerate adult. You know, emotion is pretty strong, especially when we are upset or we're angry, and it's very easy to let the negative win. We're designed as humans in that way. There's been a lot of research done on positivity, and I guess turning things around and being positive, they're kind of connected in that sort of way. They're linked, and I believe it's important that to have a positive attitude, you can see the effects of people who are positive. And I'm not talking unrealistic positivity, like I'm just going to sit here and hope for my dream job and it's just going to rock up on my doorstep, or I'm going to get the phone call any second now. Like, that shit obviously doesn't happen. You have to have this level of reality to it as well, of course. But a lot of it requires the work on you, but a positive attitude helps. It opens our minds. There's been scientific research done, and I can't remember the name, and I really should get better at doing this when I'm trying to talk about actual fact or research, but essentially the whole point is that when you're positive and you're being positive, it allows the brain to be in a state where it is more open-minded. It means that you are less likely to be against ideas. You're more likely to hear other perspectives in a more relaxed and calm manner. You can take it on board and you can do something about it. You can see very different perspectives. When you have a negative outlook on things, it very much narrow-mindedly points you in one direction. It doesn't allow you to see other things. It's kind of like in a flight or fight response where your one goal is survival in that point in time. When you're more positive and you're more relaxed, you do have the ability to think things through a little bit better. You can plan out better. And that's the whole thing in turning things around. A positive attitude can only help you. And I don't think it can be forced. It's not just a matter of saying, yeah, you know what, today I'm going to be happy. I'm going to be really awesome to everybody. I'm going to do good. I'm going to be a wonderful person from this second on out. Like, you can aim and that's awesome, but you can't trick yourself. So it requires you actually doing something. It requires action. It's important not to follow the other 95% of people doing the same thing. For you, it's important to try something new. It's important to take the next step, one step at a time. That's all you can do. You're human, you know what I mean? Like, you got to think rationally as well as positively, and as long as you're going forward, then you know you're doing something. The biggest commodity to me is time. That's the thing I probably value the most. I value my time very much, and it's very important to realize and put that pressure on myself to know that I only do have one lifetime. No matter what you believe in this life or whatever, you have this X amount of years, and it is up to you what you want to do with those. So the longer you spend wasting time or not making decisions that are going to help you change or move forward or turn things around in a positive way, you're wasting time, you're wasting opportunity. You don't get that time back. No matter how rich you are in this world, I mean, sure, you could probably extend your life if you're talking something medically that costs a lot of money or something like that, but essentially, money can't buy time. You can't buy yourself those extra hours. You can't buy back days that you've missed or you've wasted. We've all got baggage. We've all got a history. We've all got pasts that have bad memories or experiences that they've served their purpose. We've learned, hopefully, from that. Acknowledge, that they existed, but that unnecessary baggage, you don't need that to move forward. Once you acknowledge that's happened, or whatever the problem or issue is in life, the next step is figuring out what you can actually do about it. And if you've been doing the same thing over and over and over, I'm pretty sure that's the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over and expecting this, different results. You have to try something new. Try something else that's going to work for you. And who cares if it doesn't work out? We are not perfect. Humans aren't perfect. Do not aim for perfection. The whole meaning of perfection is completely subjective anyway. Instead of looking for perfection, look for momentum, things that help you grow and move forward, and decisions that are sometimes going to be tough to make, but it's important for you to make them, because no matter who you've got in your life, if you're in a relationship or if you've got siblings or parents or friends or children or whatever, or work colleagues who want to offer you solid advice, that's awesome. Obviously that support is great and necessary, I think. It's how humans work together, and I think in better ways, more minds are better than one. I forgot where I was going with that point, but basically it's about deciding what you want to accomplish, figuring out what you want. And I know I've said this in probably a million of my videos. I know I haven't done a million, but I've said it a million times, and I know I'm exaggerating, but it's important to figure out what you want, and it's trying new things to figure out that's what you do like or what you don't like. Who cares if you're 2 years into your degree and you hate it, but you don't want to drop out because you've already started? Why would you go and do another 2 years of something to finish a degree that you're never going to use, that no one gives a shit about because you're not passionate about it anymore, and then you're going to have to start again anyway? I know time sucks, but the longer you hold off on making a decision or making those tough calls, it's more time wasted. And as I said, there's just going to be obstacles in life. No matter how well you've planned something or how sure you are on deciding something and going in a particular direction in your life and what you want to accomplish, there will be obstacles thrown at you. That is life, unfortunately. I wish I could tell you that doesn't happen, but unfortunately it does. I'm a realist as much as I'm an optimist. I like to think I'm on a spectrum somewhere in between realism and optimism. Hopefully try to be on the more positive side. Trust me, I have bad days where I can't quite creep over that positive side, but I try, and that's the important thing. When we are faced with obstacles, it can bring fear, it can bring frustration, and most of all, probably disappointment. You can either let that disappointment destroy you, or you can turn that disappointment into drive. It's it's your call. It's your call. And I know some people aren't built the same way. I know we're not built the same way, and I know we've all faced different things in our lives that give us different levels of strengths in particular situations. I get it. We're all different. It's important to accept and acknowledge that there are complex ways of looking at everything. And I guess that's why I love talking about all sorts of different things and hearing other people's perspectives, because I'm okay with admitting that I'm wrong. I'm okay admitting that, I didn't know any better at this point in time. And I'm okay and confident in myself that I'm going to try and do better and acknowledge truth and acknowledge fact and acknowledge that, there's going to be shit times in my life, but it is entirely up to me how I deal with that. I can crumble. Crumbling and falling in a heap is easy. It is. And part of us makes us feel like that's going to make us feel better. That's all I need. I just need to cry. I just need to sleep it off. And, sometimes in some situations that is true. But there's also a time where you have to get up. You have to, things will knock you down, but they're not going to knock you out forever. They're just going to put little dents in your timeline. But all they do is build your strength, build your confidence, build you up as a person, and let you know in yourself that you can deal with you can then deal with future difficult situations because you've done it before, you've experienced it firsthand. It's not just the advice, it's not just hearing me talk or reading it in a book or reading it in papers or speaking to friends about it. It's experience. It's something now you've felt, so you can empathize, you can actually understand. Anyway, it's just my suggestion that being a little bit more optimistic and positive, obviously backed up with a bit of research that I've read, it helps be positive and it helps to take charge of your life. And it's empowering to be able to make decisions and feel a little bit more in control. And maybe that's just me and not everybody needs that. I get it. But for me, it is important to do that. It is important to recognize that I don't like this part of my life. How can I change it? And maybe I just love problem solving or whatever, and I see a problem and I just have to fix it, and that's just who I am. But, I think it works for all of us as humans. We have the capacity to think. We have the capacity to logically and rationally make decisions based on what we've learned. And it's up to us to learn how to do things in a better way. And I'm not saying it's easy. If it was easy, everybody would do it. And obviously I would encourage that. But the more we tell people, the more we share with people, the more that we give ourselves the best opportunity of turning things around, and the more that we associate ourselves and put ourselves in proximity of other people who are successful, other people who can empower us through modeling of their success, through watching them feel success and achieve things that they want, because they have got the negativity out of their life. We've all had or will have negative people, toxic people who want to bring us down. It's kind of a symptom of tall poppy syndrome. When you're trying to achieve, they'll bring you down. They'll say something completely unrelated or pick out a small part to kind of disprove or the opposite of acknowledge what you actually tried to say. Get those people out of your life. I know it's hard, and some people are good for certain things in your life. Not every friend can offer you the exact same thing. You wouldn't want that anyway. You want a mixture of friends, of individual people who collectively are great, who are individually great on a personal level. But the negative ones, there's no time for that. There is no time for people to bring you down. And if they are, they're not worth it. They're just, and I'm sorry, there are tough calls we have to make, but we all feel it. We all go through these times in our life. And I think it's up to us to find the best solution for us and the best ways for us to basically just turn our lives around, turn it into something positive, because this one life that we get, there is no point trying to make everybody else feel comfortable so you don't feel anything, so you don't get to achieve, so you don't get to accomplish, so you don't get to feel that greatness that every single person is capable of. You just have to take the next step. You just have to do it. You have to reflect and I guess analyze, who you are. Why are you here? What have you done up until this point? What have you learned so far, and what are you going to do with that? And I guess above all and above everything, the whole point of turning things around is raising your standard. Raise your standard of what you can do, of what you believe you can do. deep down we all know what we're capable of. We let the little voices of other people put us down, or the worry or the anxiety, and that's our physiology, that's our psychology, that's our environment, that's our social understanding of the context and culture and environment that we're in. You're stronger than that. Listen to yourself, listen to your gut, listen to your feelings, listen to the thought and the belief that you've got, and raise your standards, raise the idea and expectations of yourself, because you are capable. I guarantee you're capable. Don't believe people who put you down. Believe the people who empower you, who believe in you, and obviously believe in yourself the most. I guess all in all, I'm just trying to say, take charge of your life. Don't use other people's words. Don't use other people's excuses. Use your own words, your own beliefs, your own values, your own strengths. Focus on your strengths. Who cares if you're not good at something? Don't waste your time on it then. Don't worry about it. Look at what you're good at and do that, because that's the things that we generally enjoy doing, because we like to feel accomplished. We like to feel success. We like to feel achievement, and we like to feel progress. And I think that brings us happiness all in all, and a positive outlook on life, which I think only breeds more positivity. And just remember, it is up to you. Anyway, on that note, I think I'm just going to cut that video there. Thank you, as per always, for listening and for watching. I hope that you got something out of this video. If you have any thoughts, suggestions, feedback, opinions, stories, experiences, vibes, likes, dislikes, whatever, just put it down below. I love checking it out. I love reading it. I love responding and having this interaction between you guys and myself. It does make it a lot easier, and I am very, very grateful for that. So until next time, thank you again. Have a great day, and I'll catch you in my next video. So peace out.